My name is Ove Pedersen, and I am now sitting on Andøya. I grew up in a small town on mainland, and I remember always feeling a bit trapped in there because it was on the fjord and there was no real open ocean. And whenever I came to open ocean, I would feel like I basically could start breathing again. So I really enjoy living out here. Apart from being a musician, I teach languages, and currently I'm trying to take care of the sound equipment in this research project that TU is running on sperm whales, which gives me full access to all of these amazing sounds, and I couldn't be more happy about it. Yeah, they asked me what change means to me. As a musician, change is actually something you have to have. Without chord changes, there wouldn't be much music around. And I think changes are absolutely marvelous, in most cases. Well, the problem I think starts when we as human beings try to avoid changes, and we're trying to create things that will outlive us and stay on this planet for a much longer time than we need them. We sort of strive to make all of our natural resources be consistent, like for instance fish farming, where you want to have a pool of fish staying in one spot at the same time. I really don't believe that it's a good idea, and I think with whatever force we use against nature, eventually nature is going to fight back somehow, which is kind of interesting. Traditionally, I think these professions were more interlinked. Like back in the day, you would have people like Henry David Thoreau or Ernst Haeckel, who were both writers. They drew a lot, they wrote a lot, both creatively and scientifically. On the other side, today, an artist is much more required to be able to defend the idea behind a piece intellectually, which I just think might be a very good idea. Hello Åland. Hello Åland. Hope to see you at the exhibition.
Hello, I'm Tiu Simile. I'm from Helsinki in Finland. I've been living in northern Norway since 1987, studying whales. I did my PhD on killer whales, mainly focusing on killer whales, how they hunt herring. And the last 6 years I've been focusing on sperm whales. Up here we have only male sperm whales, and I'm very interested to see what is their diet, what is their behavior and migration patterns.
Humans have introduced the oceans to man-made changes in a large scale during the last century. Overfishing, anthropogenic noise, chemical pollution, habitat destruction, and now also climate change affect the life of many marine species, including whales. Perhaps the biggest change I have observed within my study area has been the change in the wintering grounds of herring and one of their predators, the killer whales. For a couple of decades, the entire herring population wintered in a confined fjord system, offering a great opportunity to study killer whales. Then the wintering grounds moved to offshore waters for some years, making field work a great challenge. In recent years, herring and whales have been present in both offshore and coastal waters during fall and winter. Interestingly, the new wintering grounds have attracted previously unknown killer whales and also humpback and fin whales. Large changes in herring wintering grounds are part of the biology of this fish species, and humans have documented good herring winters at different locations along the coast of Norway for centuries. Another type of changes are related to warming oceans. In the waters of Vesterålen, where I now study male sperm whales, the warming ocean has brought along rhesus dolphins during summer, a species that is not part of the Arctic ecosystem. In general, whales will notice very well changes that occur in the abundance and distribution of their prey. For example, mackerel has spread much further north in the Norwegian Sea as a result of warming oceans, and affects the abundance and distribution of several other species. Ever since I moved to Arctic Norway to study whales, I have worked in different art projects as I find it very inspiring. Research is a creative process, and contact with artists, fishermen, and others outside the academic environment has created unique opportunities to think about whales and the ocean, get new ideas for research, and also do great public outreach projects. Working together with artists was also of vital importance in a World Wildlife Fund project I was leading, aimed at changing attitudes towards killer whales in northern Norway.
Hej Ahvenanmaa. Hello Åland. Hope you enjoy the exhibition.
Hey, I am Kaisu Koivisto, a visual artist from Helsinki, Finland. I'd like to share some views of the areas I see daily near my home. I study the changes in my neighborhood, what they look like, and the multitude of reasons which lead to changes in the society, in the environment, and in the cityscape. One of the harbors of Helsinki used to be on the Sompasaari Peninsula. The harbor has been relocated and the area is now developed into a new neighborhood called Kalasatama. It is intriguing to follow how the high buildings are built and the organized structure of the city takes over the former harbor area. An important change here is that the seawater is cleaner now than in the past, when the area was a home to the harbor and industry. You can go swimming in the sea now, and fishing is a popular pastime in this area. A major transition will be the closing of the power plant. The coal pile, dominating the shoreline, will be replaced with apartment buildings and parks. Observing changes has been a focus in my artistic practice for a long time. My latest project is called New Nuuk. It is a visual essay about the urbanization of Nuuk, the capital of Greenland. In the future, I plan to work together with researchers to add new perspectives to the topic.
Hi, my name is Tulle Ruth. I was born and raised in Denmark. I was first trained as occupational therapist, and later I chose to follow my heart and became a visual artist. There I had my training from Bergen, Gothenburg, Copenhagen and Montreal. I have exhibited in major part of the Nordic countries and also abroad. As an artist, I would describe myself as a sculptor, but in a very broad sense. I'm very preoccupied with being outdoor, using solar and wind power, and also very interested in sound. At NIPÅ, I would show you a snippet from the project called Tracks. Tracks is a project that has been developed along the past 3-4 years. I am visiting a community by the southern Sami people in Brekken, a small community close to Røros in the south mid part of Norway. Here I follow the reindeers when they are collected 3 times a year, and I investigate a certain sound they make with the hinder legs, a tendon they have that when they move is going over a certain bone structure as a kind of an instrument and making this clicking sound. No one ever cared to bother about this clicking sound, but I found it rather interesting, and my research show that this sound and way of communicating among the reindeers is very evident and very important for the deers. My work definitely has a Nordic profile. It is taking place among the indigenous people, the Sami people, and also as a Nordic person, I think my approach and way of working with these issues and ideas has a Nordic profile in itself. In the project Tracks, the reindeers are the focus point, and in particular this unknown sound, the clicking sound. And I use that as a way to go around a complexity. complexity that deals about big industry like the windmill industry, how you use space, how history is told and not told. And generally it is a lot about listening. At the gallery I use the windows as speakers, and you will hear the sound when you move on the outside, walk on the outside of the gallery. You can hear this sound and other kind of communicating sounds from the reindeers. And also when you are in the gallery you can hear it.
Jag heter Katja Syrjä, jag bor och arbetar på Åland. Jag är bildkonstnär som ofta jobbar med stenlitografier som jag kombinerar med egentillverkade naturfärgpigment och sömnar. Just nu är jag på Sjökar, Kjellsers ateljébostad.
På Kjellser fortsatte jag mitt arbete att göra färgpigment av naturen till mitt åländska färgpalett och samlande av material till handgjort papper. Här på videon går jag igenom blåstångsruskar som jag har samlat på stränderna efter stormen. Blåstång är ett av material som jag har jobbat med till den här utställningen. I projektet Sensis och Nordens Source har jag fokuserat mig på undervattenmiljön i Östersjön och på Åland. Mitt arbete handlar mycket om ändringar i våra havsmiljöer och vad kan jag göra med det. Jag har jobbat med 7 olika vattenväxter och alger. 4 av arter har ökat markant i våra stränder, vikar och sjöar. Till exempel knoppslinga som har explosionartad invasion i sjöar på Åland, säger docent Tove Lindholm. De andra arter i utställningen är hornsärv, sudare och tarmali. Alger som ger hopp till Östersjön och som jag vill gärna lyfta fram är ålgräs, blåstång och kransalger. Ålgräs är egentligen en fröväxt som bildar stora ängar i havsbotten. Den har otroliga förmåga att binda kol och producera syre. Blåstång och kransalger är som så kallade nyckelarter och fungerar som indikator i Östersjön. Jag tror att samarbete mellan konstnärer och forskare blir mer och mer intressant för båda parter och båda ser nya möjligheter i det. 2010 träffade jag första gången emeritus professor i botanik Carl Adam Häggström och hans hustru Elva i Nordens biologiska station på Åland. Sedan dess har kontakten varit oavbruten och mycket viktigt i mitt konstnärskap. Att vidga mitt arbete till undervattenmiljön och samarbeta med marinbiologer har varit mycket intressant och fortsätter i framtiden. I utställningen NIPÅ kan du se samma marina arter i 2 olika perspektiv. Mina handgjorda papper av alger kombinerat med stenlitografier och fotografier av marinbiolog Kristoffer Boström. Till sist vill jag hälsa alla ålänningar, sköt om er och det fina undervattenmiljön som vi har här på Åland. Pitäkää huolta upeasta vedenalaisesta maailmasta.
Hi, I'm Valgerður Hauksdóttir. I'm Icelandic and I'm here in Iceland, sitting in the middle of a lava field not too far away from Reykjavik, covered with moss. This lava is about 8,000 years old. We could also be sitting in a lava field that is, well, just a few days old, because there is an active eruption going on at the moment, and I better not sit in that lava field because that's not safe. I'm a visual artist. I'm trained as a printmaker. My printmaking field is lithography and etching. For many years I've been developing my own technique where I work with transparent paper, Japanese paper, working on both sides of the paper so that it's visible both on both sides and through the paper. And you should be able to see examples of that work in the exhibition in Åland at the moment. These works are hanging from the ceiling. I also am showing in Åland some that look like more traditional etchings, but they are a result of my research into non-toxic printmaking methods, which has been my focus for the past few years actually. the reason why I'm doing this is because this is safer for the environment, this is safer for the health of me and other artists. I'm also a teacher, so I've been teaching printmaking to both young and older and professional artists for a long time. So it's really important to work with methods that are safe for both the environment and for yourself. This actually brings me to why I am in this project Change to the Northern Shores, as it's called, because I've been changing my way of working for the past years, thinking of the environment and thinking of health issues. I find that project Changes to the Northern Shores and the way it's thought quite interesting, because it brings together both artists and scientists, and we don't have an actual theme that we're working on, but we're just approaching this project and this issue of how people have had to change their ways and are going to continue to change their ways because of global warming and pollution issues. We approach the project from different points of views, both as artists and scientists, and the result is to be seen in Åland. The work that I'm showing is therefore both my works that I've been developing in the non-toxic way, and also my ways with my own personal way of working with printmaking, which are the transparent pieces. The northern aspect of this project is also interesting, and it's part of what my work is about. I am born in this country. The landscape has been part of my language from the time I was born. I think those of us who live here, they have to just accept change all the time. Iceland is full of contrasts. We have a country that recreates itself constantly. At the moment it's creating rocks that are coming about, the lava that is coming up in this new eruption that is ongoing since March. That one is, the lava is coming about 17 kilometers from underneath our feet. Quite interesting. In Iceland we've had to adapt to change from the moment we started to live in this country. We will continue to have to adapt to change in the rest of the world. Now we're facing with this pandemic, and we have to change our ways. I hope that I'm going to be able to visit you in Åland and see the exhibition. Perhaps the pandemic will stop me from doing that. I hope not, but I hope to see you in Åland. So in my own language I will say, hlakka til að sjá ykkur á Álandi, ég vona ég komist. Looking forward to seeing you in Åland. I hope to see you there. Bye bye.
This is a corner of the Akershus fortress in Oslo. The walls are more than 700 years old, and they have seen many battles. Nowadays the fortress is a nice and peaceful place between the busy Oslo city and the fjord. This corner especially is the rest place of many seagulls, grey-lag geese, barnacle geese and other birds. My name is Liisa Kanerva. I'm a Finnish visual artist based in Norway. Oslo has been my hometown for 4 years now. Akershus fortress is one of my favorite places in Oslo, and I visit here often. I like old buildings and seabirds. From the high walls of the fortress, there is a good view to the Oslo fjord. The view is beautiful, but under the shining water surface, harmful changes are happening. Not a very long time ago, there were lots of fishes, seabirds, seals and even whales in the fjord. By and by, for several reasons, the whales have disappeared and fish populations are decreased, especially cods. There is now a ban of any fishing on the cod's old breeding grounds. Water is getting warmer and some new species have been moving into the fjord. Most harmful of the newcomers are oysters. They have spread out to the former breeding grounds of mussels.
Jag heter Josefina Pors och är baserad i Sverige. Jag är konstnär och arbetar med skulptur. I utställningen på Åland visar jag verket Point Nemo som fått namn från havens otillgänglighetspool. Mitt konstnärskap berör social och ekologisk hållbarhet och jag menar att en hållbar utveckling kräver förändringar. Tidigare har jag mest fokuserat på miljöförstöringar och plastföroreningar i haven. Nu blickar jag uppåt, ut i rymden och den mängd rymdskräp som kretsar kring oss. Sveriges första satellit, Viking, slutade fungera 1987, men ligger fortfarande kvar i sin bana runt jorden. Det äldsta ofunktionella objektet i rymden är den amerikanska satelliten Vanguard 1, som sköts upp 1958. Och den uppskattas ligga kvar i sin omloppsbana i 240 år. Bägge satelliterna finns avbildade i mitt verk. Point Nemo i Stilla havet kallas också för rymdskrotkyrkogården. Och sedan 1971 har rymdskrot kasserats där. Platsens koordinater återfinns också i mitt verk i utställningen. Jag tänker att konstnärer och forskare har mycket gemensamt. Vi behöver bägge kunna föreställa oss det som ännu inte är och hitta vägen dit. Jag skulle gärna samarbeta med forskare inom rymdskrot. Om någon som ser detta är intresserad får ni gärna kontakta mig. Hälsningar till er alla på Åland.